What's Gucci, everybody? It's your boy Marcel. People like checking in. Man, we've been doing this for a couple of days, almost a couple of weeks. We finally down to the last two songs on the Everything I Love podcast. It's really been a treat, man, just to like really go through and unpack these records. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to J Philly, you know what I'm saying, and to really working with me, man. The album's coming real soon. We'll talk more about that later towards the end. But right now, I want to introduce the interviewer for this particular you know what I'm saying, this particular podcast, this particular episode, so I call her Miss Beast Mode, you know what I'm saying, Denise that beast, you know what I'm saying, and it's funny because she's singing like an angel. We're gonna talk about that later, but look, you got a really interesting story. We were just talking before we got on air. So if you just want to introduce to the people who you are, and just tell the people about yourself before we get started.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all staying safe. As Marcel said, my name is That Beast. My artist name is That Beast. My first name is Denise. It rhymes. It goes together. That's actually how my friends name me that. Oh, who's that? Denise. Who's Denise? That Beast. That's who it is. So I'm an artist. I sing. I write music. Making my beats and stuff, writing songs, all that good stuff. I also teach music. So kind of been doing this music thing for a little while now. And I met Marcel in the Boot, Louisiana. Been rocking with him for a little while, just being part of the live music scene and stuff like that. So, playing piano, singing, stuff like that. That's me. Out here.
Man, y'all, look, we was talking about this off the air. Man, she live in Mexico, man. She left Lafayette. She live all the way in Mexico. She live in the Yucatan Peninsula. You know what I mean? Like, it's I had to pull it up on Google Maps to see where it is. Like, she really out here. She ain't like in Laredo, or like she ain't by like Corpus Christi or nothing like that. Like, she out here like by Belize. Like, it's crazy. But she really out here. Like, is Belize considered North America or no?
Belize is you can consider Belize like Central
America. Okay. All right.
Like North America is the US and Mexico. Then you have all these lovely countries in Central America, and then you go to South America. So boom.
Yeah. So she really out. She really out here. But we can have another conversation about that. Let's get to why we here today. Wait a minute. Here we go. Switch it over. All right. So wait. What's going on? There we go. All right. So the first song we're gonna talk about is track number 10. It is 1:30:21, produced by J Philly. Our interviewer is, like I said, Miss Denise That Beast, aka I'm gonna call her Beast Mode. And the floor is yours.
All right. So I was listening to this tune. It was actually my first time. So I heard some of the other tunes before. So this first one, January 30th, 2021. Is that how you say that? Or just 1:30:21?
1:30:21, whatever. But yeah, it's a date.
1:30:21, date. You know what I'm saying? So I have a couple of questions. I was listening to the recorded performance, of course, and to me, it's extremely passionate. And you're a passionate person generally, but I feel like your vocal performance in this one was very, very passionate. So my question for you is, how did you prepare yourself to go into the booth? Or were there any parts that were difficult to write and perform while you were recording?
So this song, all right, so, and I mentioned this on the podcast before. This album is it's like a period piece for me, representing where I was from March 19, 2020, the day after my father passed away, until January 30, 2021, which was the first time I saw my father's grave. I went to his grave, you know what I'm saying? Because at the time I was still living in Louisiana. So I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? What happened was I had to come up to my hometown of Arma, Oklahoma, because my wife's cousin died of COVID. And it just so happened that the cemetery he was buried at is the same place my father was buried at. So this whole song is me recreating the conversation while everybody went to the cousin's gravesite. I went to my dad's gravesite, and this is the conversation that I had. Like in real life, it was about maybe a 10-15 minute conversation where I'm crying and screaming and yelling and just kind of getting it out, right? And so the way I prepared was, this might have been the last song I wrote for the album, and I waited probably to the day before. I think I wrote this on the year anniversary of his passing, because I actually finished the album on March 19, 2021. So I actually like wrapped it up a day after my father, the anniversary of my father's passing or whatever. So I, if I'm not mistaken, I think I did write this on the year anniversary of my father's passing, and I wrote it stream of consciousness. There's no hooks on it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's, I don't know how many, it might be like 60 bars. I don't know how many bars it is, but it's all stream of consciousness. And I just wrote it real quick, didn't do no edits, right? When I went to the studio to record it, I just rapped. And I mean, you know, you can't tell on the record because I had a really good engineer and I got really good mixing and mastering. But I pretty much rapped until my voice broke from crying. It stopped and came back in. So you can't. There's certain parts on there where like I definitely had to punch in, but I wanted to spend the least amount of time on it because it wasn't about getting it right. I was trying to I wanted to do it in one take, but I couldn't because I was so emotional recording, like literally crying in the booth and having to stop and drink water and come back or whatever. But I wanted to give the rawest possible emotion that I possibly could. And so I didn't do a whole lot of rehearsing. I do a whole lot of preparing for it. I just went in there and just literally poured my soul out. It reminds me of it might have been at the end of Jay-Z's Dynasty. You know what I'm saying? There's a song with Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel called Where Have You Been? And like you hear like Beanie Siegel, you know, Beanie Siegel one of the hardest niggas ever, but you hear him breaking down crying, rapping about like his absentee father, right? And my pops was always there and he's still here. So it definitely wasn't that, but like as you see by the song, we was really, really, really close, and I absolutely adored him. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I wanted to put, I want like this whole album, like for people who've lost someone close to them, it's a really, really weird feeling, and people think they know what you're going through, but they have no idea. And I felt like this album is the only way that people can actually understand what I've been going through.
Right.
Yeah.
I would definitely say it was extremely raw performance. Those feelings come through. It's very, very clear. And that's great. I mean, you always want to have that transference so that the listeners can engage and like connect in that way. I feel like this is definitely a song that people will feel and relate to really well, especially if they've, you know, had any losses in their life. So,
right.
So, okay. So speaking of this song, you said you wrote it, you know, stream of conscious. But what would you say, if you can remember, if you can recall? Because I know sometimes like when we write music, you can't think of the whole song when it's time to talk about it. It's weird, right? But what would you say are the defining lyrics of the song, or the lyrics that really grab a hold of you when you think of this song?
Jesus. So, I mean, it's so real. Man, you better get your tears out me, yeah. But now, like, just like me feeling, I used to never think I could be good as you. So I acted out. So I didn't have to be. One day I told this to cousin Bop, and he said the whole time he really wanted to be me. Like, and as Mally Ray, you was my Superman. When I say my daddy was the 100% like epitome of a gentle giant, of like just a black Superman. Everybody loved him. He could sing, he could play guitar, he played college basketball. He's a youth development worker, respected in the church, in the streets. Man, there's so many street dudes that was about to do something to me until they realized who my dad was. Because he was the juvenile probation officer. And I mean, and it's not of anything, it's just like I was afraid that I could never be as good as that. You know, sometimes I like to say I have inverse daddy issues, right? Like, it's never because he was a bad father. It's because he was just almost like just a great, great man. And I still have a lot of insecurities as a husband and a father that I can never be that good. And one day I was telling this to my cousin Jamal, you know what I'm saying? And I call him Bop. And he was like, man, your dad wanted to be you. Like, your dad was proud of the way you toured the country, how you said what you wanted to say, how you stood up for what you believed in. You know what I'm saying? So that line right there, but my dad was a gospel singer. So I was talking to my Uncle Jed, and I say on the song, I say, Uncle Jed said you left instruction in the music, and it's disrespectful if you don't listen to it and use it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like really, really personal stuff, like real conversation I have with my family. You know what I'm saying? It's just like those type of things like that was just really like, my dad died like right before COVID really, really got popped. He did die of COVID. To this day, I don't really understand why he died. I don't really know why. But it was right before COVID. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I think like a lot of people have lost their fathers and their mothers and their families and their loved ones, since then, during this time period. And so like, man, just like trying to like, I say like, it's only us, but I'm talking with a mask on. I wonder how you would handle quarantine with no church services to go play and sing. Like he missed all that. And but I wonder, like, I wonder would he have been a stubborn black man saying that I ain't wearing no mask and getting no shot? Or would he been on me about every time I left the house and my kids weren't masked? You know what I'm saying? So just like, so it's just a lot of questions. It's just really, like I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. And so this song was me like, if I could have one more conversation saying everything I possibly could to him.
Yeah, definitely. I guess that grieving process, you know what I'm saying, that kind of comes through here. It's like when you have those questions that you'll probably really never have, the answers from the direct source. Sometimes you can like glean the information or, meditate and think on things and talk with people and, you can kind of do that, but having that source material, it's just like, not having that, the grief cycle continues. So, but that definitely comes through the song. Like I said, like the emotion, the passion. It's really a good listen. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. So yes.
I'm really, and I want to shout this out. I want to shout out Jay Philly. Like this particular sample. This is probably my favorite Marvin Gaye record. This is Jesus Christ. You're the best I ever. I can't remember the name of the song, but it's on the Jesus Christ. My mind is going blank. I see the album cover and everything. It got all the way around on it. I Want You. It's on the I Want You album. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of this particular song, but like it might be all the way around. But it's my favorite Marvin Gaye song, and I've been trying to get that beat sample for like 7 years. I've sent it to so many different producers, and nobody ever did nothing with it. And so, the way he sent it to me, and the final version of it, woo! Like of course I heard it all the time, but the first time I heard the version you heard, just the beginning of the song, and then the oh Lord started crying immediately. And my wife had heard the song before, and I played it for her. This version of it, and it punched in the chest. You know what I'm saying? So like, big shout out to Jay Philly for this production. Like that's one of my good brothers, and like he totally like he totally like it's the song pull at your heartstrings. From every element.
Definitely. That definitely comes through. That really works really well together. And I'm sitting here thinking about it, like, pretty special. That actually kind of leads into another question I have for the next tune. Those are the main questions I have for you for this one. Unless there's anything else you wanted to let the people know about 1:30:21.
I feel like I don't know, man. Like I ain't trying to trigger nobody. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't no trauma porn. This is cathartic for me. This is therapy for me. And hopefully you can relate to it and feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's selfish. I think it's one of the best songs I've ever made. I'm vocally, I have a lot of different vocal inflections. You know what I'm saying? When I rap, I'm aggressive. My voice is whatever. I think just vocally, man, my voice was like A1. I don't like my rap voice, but
really,
no, because I'm I'm a big dude. I'm 6'4", 400 pounds, and I feel like my natural rap voice should be like this. You know what I mean? Now I don't rap with I don't rap with like a deep baritone, you know, for a person who I think my size should be. You know what I'm saying? And so like a lot of the reasons why I do like a lot of the different vocal inflections and the draws and the sing-songy stuff or whatever is, first of all, I'm a church boy. So a lot of it is, you know what I'm saying, Black Baptist influence or whatever. But a lot of the reasons why I do that is because I don't really sort of like my rapping voice. But like, I feel like vocally, this is my best song. Like it's you hear so like, and that's another thing I like about being a Southerner, because we can use those vocal inflections and draws and just those different elements in your vocal deliveries. Almost speak, it adds so much context to it. And I feel like this song is the best articulation of that particular context or whatever. So yeah, I think it's one of my best records. Like I don't have any more songs that probably mean more to me than this one. So this is a personal favorite of mine.
Got you. I'm so surprised to hear you say you don't like your rap voice, but I will say a lot of people don't like the recorded voice. It's always weird when we hear ourselves back, you know, because it's like in your head you sound a certain way, but that's because the sound vibrations are going through the air and the bones in your head. You know what I'm saying? So you sound a certain way to yourself. Then as soon as you hear yourself recorded, you're like, what the hell?
Right. When I was teaching my teens about rapping this summer, it was mostly girls. The teenage girls hated their voice. I'm like, baby, I got, this is my 17th album. I don't like my voice either. So don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you good. Like a lot of artists is great artists who they never, you know, if they could do something different that they would. Like you know, Be Real. Be Real hates his talking. He doesn't rap in his talking voice. He you know, he switches his voice up, and you know, a lot of people do that. Like, you know what I'm saying, to add flavor, whatever, because apparently the voice that they rap with, they weren't comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. But look, we're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna take a pause for the cause. Since it's the last two records, you know what I'm saying? We used to make 2 different videos. I'm gonna take a pause for the cause, get something to drink. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. But I'll see you in a quick second. Boom. And we are back once again. The very last Everything I Love podcast, track number 11. This is the title track to the album, Everything I Love, featuring. So we actually got the person who was on the song, my co-collaborator, That Beast, aka I'm gonna call him Miss Beast Mode, on the record. This is my alarm song. Like this is my wake up when it's time for me to get up, get my kids ready for school. This is my alarm song. This is another one of my all-time favorite records. I just love it. It's a beautiful record, and much of it is because of you lending your talent to have you. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you ask the questions.
All right, bet. So, okay, so you mentioned Jay Philly a little while ago, saying that he was, you know, like one of your partners, and he did a good job on the other tune, 13021. So my question is, what drew you to this particular track? Right, like we got that kind of old school vibe to it. We got the live horn sound on it, or at least it seemed like it's live horn. But what drew you to this particular track for Everything I Love?
So Jay Philly was my first producer. We met in college in 2003. This is our at least either 56th project together. I go to Jay Philly when I want to be challenged. When I want to get out of my comfort zone, right? You know, I'm a country backpacker. You feel me? Southern as hell. Jay Philly is always, he's from Chicago. He's always gonna give me something that challenges me as an artist. And every album that we do, we always get at least one upbeat record. You know what I'm saying? And so like this was the one. Like I told you before, when we first started talking about doing this song, working together, you know, I try to give you a crash course in all things Foreign Exchange and Little Brother and Carly the Duran and things of that nature. This album, and you know, I've said it several times on the podcast, this album is inspired by North, you know, on top of like, you know, my personal struggle and my story, artistically, sonically, it is inspired by North Carolina hip hop, specifically the Justice League, specifically Fonte's my all-time favorite rapper, Little Brother my all-time favorite group. Fonte also has a side group, you know what I'm saying, a R&B, funk, soul, hip hop group called the Foreign Exchange. So this song right here, it sounded like some Foreign Exchange type stuff. Like I have another song that sounds like a Little Brother record. I have another song that sounds like Ninth Wonder produced it or what have you. So this is my attempt at, you know what I'm saying, some you know, Foreign Exchange with Fonte and Carly Durand and Yazoo Ra and Nicolay on the production, you know what I'm saying, or Zoe on the production, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was going for. When I heard this beat, I said, oh yes, indeed. It's funny because I start off the song, I say, turn up the sax and the treble, not realizing it's a trumpet. You know what I mean? So I say it wrong. I probably shouldn't have said that. Nobody would have knew different, right? But so it's not live. It's not live. It's some I don't. He plays trumpet. It might be live. I don't know. But the way it's mixed, it does sound live. It's not live to my knowledge, but it could be because Jay Philly definitely does play trumpet. But yeah, I mean that's why I chose this beat. It's just like he sends me beats and beats and beats all the time, and I have a whole folder going back over maybe 14 years of his beats. And when it was time for me to put stuff together, he was sending me packs, and I was just going through and picking stuff out to kind of fit what I was trying to accomplish.
Got you, bet. So your process for writing this song, in terms of in relation to the track, did you already have your theme in mind that you wanted to write to, and then you found the track, or you heard the track and it was like, then the lyric content started coming to you? How did that come together for you?
It's funny, man. Certain songs, some songs I knew exactly what I wanted to talk about. Like 131 was a song, and then a couple different songs. You know, I knew exactly what I wanted to talk about. This is one of the joints. I had no idea it was gonna be the title track. That was the name of the album after it. I had no idea nothing. I just started writing. Turn up the bass and the treble every time. You know what I'm saying? Just about that my father's up, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea. It's one of the situations where, you know, the Lord was speaking through me. You know what I mean? This is just what came out. You know, no, like I said, no, compared to the other songs, there's no real long drawn out story behind this concept. It was just me wanting to end the album on a high note. Normally on my albums, I tell a story, and the end song is, you know, I'm with all the Black liberation theology, but I'm a church boy at heart, and so like, you know, like all my live show and my album, they are set up like church services. You know what I'm saying? And so normally my albums end like on some like come to the cross type stuff, right? I couldn't. Originally, I had the album ended with 130:21. And I was just like, oh man, that's a lot to leave somebody on, right? And so I guess this song kind of represents like the way I felt after I was able to go talk to my father at the gravesite and kind of get some of it off my chest. And like remembering everything I love and the things that he was proud of me of. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, and so just one of my favorite songs is Own Light by Brother Ali. You ain't got to give me lit, I got my own light. And that's a song that I listen to anytime I'm feeling down. It makes me feel better immediately. And so I just wanted I wanted to make a song, you know what I'm saying, that you can put on whenever you're feeling bad, you're feeling depressed, and it'll make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, like, you know, try something different artistically.
Got you. Yeah, that's a bet. I actually want to actually kind of answer it already, asking you how this song encapsulates, you know, or is kind of behaving as the capstone. It's the title of the album, you know, and how that relates to your other tracks. I haven't heard everything just yet, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited.
On purpose. I want to, you know, you've heard a lot, but because you've recorded on some joints, whatever. But yeah, just giving somebody something to like feel good, because honestly, like I said, 130:21 is a heavy record, and you know I can't leave it on no grief porn. You know what I mean? Like give you something that's a little bit uplifting, but like, you know, I mean, also just kind of showing another side of me. Like I said earlier on some other joints, it's like it's funny people say I have a platform, right? People know Marcel P. Black. They know I don't rap over vocals. They know I'm with the Black Power. They know I say FDT. They know I like to slander Umar Johnson, right? But like, they know I love the Thunder. They know I love Polo, right?
Right.
And for a lot of people who don't know me, they see me as a large person who's passionate. They think I'm angry and militant all the time, blah, 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 blah. And I'm with all that too. But on this album, I wanted to talk about Brian.
Gotcha.
I wanted to articulate what Brian has been through, right? And so on this one, you know, I'm thankful for my wife, thankful for my parents, thankful for my children. I'm thankful for everything. I'm even though it's like kind of like I went through all this, but it's still a brighter day. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally said, I love the Thunder Polo outlets in the Palace. For people who do not know, all my Birmingham people gonna know, but the Palace is my favorite strip club. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's just like shout out to Summer Marie. You know what I mean? That's my girl. You feel me? But like, yeah, like this is who I am, and this is what I love. Some of it is shallow, some of it is deep, but but this is just me being honest and just, hey man, these are things that I have to be thankful about.
Right. You get the Easter eggs, you know what I'm saying? Like you get your public persona plus your private, like
Right.
where you're really at in real life, outside of the stage and outside of, your artistic statements. That is really funny. My voice say this trick.
No, all right, the Palace, look. The Palace, man, look.
You got to bring me one of these days.
When you come back, you're gonna pull up and hey, look, I might start like literally me. I ain't gonna say people's names because my wife don't care about me going to strip club. But some of these dudes are married, so I ain't gonna say their names. But all my friends who I went to this particular establishment with, we have a chat group called the Palace Mafia. I've been several times, but we call ourselves the Palace Mafia because we've had great times there. And so like with different sisters post stuff on Instagram, we shared, we talk about like we had a good time. Let's just say that. We had a really, really good time, not in a way like my friend who dances, she know who my wife is, whatever. I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? I keep it above water. And it's funny that I'm talking about this on this podcast, but I'm just, what I'm saying, but that's a part of me though, you know what I mean? But yeah, so we have a really good time. And so whenever you come back from, in the other continent, then it's whatever you at the other side of the world, to me at least, you know what I mean? I'm used to you being 45 minutes away in Lafayette. Now I'm in Tulsa, you in the Yucatan Peninsula is the thing. But yeah, but I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna do this too. So you've been interviewing me for the last song and this song too. It's featuring you. And I'm going to give you your praises. I remember I was like, yo, this is what I'm looking for. This is Carlita Duran. This is Foreign Exchange. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is what I'm going for. And I didn't know. I knew you was busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff. You was able to do, I did the writing for the other song that we did. So I had no idea. I didn't hear nothing for this hook. I had no idea what you were going to do. And the first time I heard the take on this, I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And my partner was like, look, he was like, we should have been working with her for years. He was like, you found your Carlita, you found your whatever. Like when I say this, you beast mode, but you sing like an angel. So I'm gonna ask you, like, when you heard the song, because you had the verse, you heard the beat or whatever, and you heard a pretty decent mix of the version, like what did you hear on the song, and what inspires you to write that beautiful chorus that you wrote?
Well, I had to listen to it a few times. Like I needed it to kind of sink in a bit. Like usually when I'm doing lyrics, I gotta let stuff sink in. Like my brain kind of work on it. Like the subconscious has to work on it a bit, So I kind of did that, and I wanted it to be uplifting, because everything I love, like it's the concept in the song, like the things you talk about. I wanted it to be like reflective, but positive, And so I was actually moving in the middle of all this. So the process of me like writing this and like doing the collabs and stuff, like I was in the process of moving and dealing with some difficult stuff, which I'm still dealing with some difficult stuff. But anyway, I was able to write this song because I finally like kind of caught a break. So I was having some difficulties with some stuff with, trying to get settled in where I'm at now. And I finally caught a break. And it was like, oh snap, I'm happy. Let me write this thing right quick. I wrote it and I was like, okay, let me put this together, like so grateful for the things I've been through. And then it was like, because I was like the first line, like I knew it needs to say something like that, like being grateful, like having that reflective perspective, you know, it's gratefulness, being thankful, stuff like that. So I knew that was going to be a part of it. And then like the other lyrics kind of started coming to me, and the melody, it might have been the melody first. So I remember I was walking, like, so where I currently live, I was walking from there to where I was staying. I was like in an Airbnb or whatever. And I just had the music in my ears and I just started humming. And then like the lyrics started kind of coming together. So I need it to fall a certain way. I need the melody to fall a certain way so it feels good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it feels like vibey, like, yeah. So I started working on the lyrics and I put it together with this melody. It's like, right? Little things like that. And that was actually kind of funny too, because the horn was tripping me. It was tripping me up a little.
Yeah, because you hit me back. I'm like, she got a version of it. He was like, can you take the horn out? I was like, oh, she got, yeah. But so I hit up Jovan. I was like, yo, take the horn out ASAP, son. He's all right, I got you.
Yeah, it's like the horn is very melodic, you know, and that's great. Like, it's beautiful. I love it. But it's also like, it's hard to write against that. Like, it's there's this technique called counterpoint in music composition. I went to school for composition, right? Music composition.
Talk to us. Flex on us. You got it. Flex on us.
It's a music theory concept, right? Where it's like you have different melodies that do their own thing, but kind of work together anyway. So I was finding myself like having trouble making it work. And I was like, let me hear it without it first. And then if I can make it blend back with the horn, then I know it's going to kind of work a bit. You know what I'm saying? So it was actually kind of tricky. It was a little tricky for me for a second, because it was like, the horn is, I don't, like, it was just like, I had to like ponder it a lot, you know? I wanted it to be right. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be right. So, well, how do you feel about how the hook came out? In terms of how it felt.
Nothing's impossible. That's dope. Oh, I love that. I love it. Nothing's, like, I love it. I love how you put the hip hop slang in that. Just look, I love it. I love it. I love the ad libs to the second verse. The hey, white supremacy, love being black. Oh, I love it so much. Fresh line in the face. Oh, come on. I was like it made me like this is be honestly truthful. It made me feel special. Like the way you sang it, it's like I feel like you got me. And like I didn't have to like, no, we want this. Keep this. Right? Change this. No, this is what we want. This is what we want or whatever. You know, it's funny because on the other song, one of the verses you said, you know what I'm saying? Like, it still had the outside sounds in it or whatever. And I said to Jovan, he was like, man, where she live at? I said, Mexico. He was like, I hear niggas outside like, ay. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, but he was like, yo, I gotta do some work with it. But he was just like, yo, yes, work with her. But this right here, man, I love it. Like, it made me feel like this is the game winner.
Mm-hmm.
This is and not even the game winner. This is a 4-point play. Like, this is you know what I'm saying? You down by 3. You know what I'm saying? You get fouled on the end 1. This is a 4-point play. It's like we got down to it, and it was a perfect switch, and you hit the free throw. You know what I'm saying? To win the game. It's just like this is one of the, like, because I haven't worked with a lot of and this is a gap in my game. I haven't worked with a lot of artists who are women.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a sister sing on my 7 EP on a song called Freedom Music or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've never worked with a woman that MCs. I've never done that before, right? And it's just like, you know, and for me, like, another thing with this album is just like, you know, there's zero misogyny, there's zero sexism, there's zero, ain't no women getting beat, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not asking no woman to twerk, even though I enjoy twerking. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I whatever. But I don't rap about that. You know what I mean? That's not what I rap about. But for me, I'm an aggressive rapper. So this particular album, and you've heard these records, I'm singing a lot more. I'm asking for hooks to be sung, the samples I chose or whatever. I wanted adult Black women to enjoy the music as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted sisters who you might not listen to conscious hip hop to stand the third. Like, if you know, I wanted something that a sister could sing and hum along to and be like, I like it. You know what I'm saying? And so like, you definitely brought the element. I mean, overall good music or whatever, but you definitely put that black woman magic on it and like put it on a different level. And I absolutely I adore this record. Like literally, it's my you know what I'm saying, the beat, turn up the bass and the treble every morning. Every morning I wake up to it. And I just, you know, so I really thank you. Seriously, I can't say it enough, but thank you.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was a pleasure for real. I'm glad to be on this project and, you know, part of your artistic statement, part of your personal statement, you know. I take this stuff serious, you know what I'm saying?
You do, and it's like I said, like it came across, right? It came across like I don't know if you do my full story with me grieving or whatever, but it's just like I can tell it's not something I can tell something that you took really seriously, and like it comes across as like, yo, I'm about to give it my best, and I really appreciate it, and like, you know, it's really really dope, whatever. And this can't. We got 2 songs in this album, and we talked about that earlier. But this can't be our last thing. Like we got to be go-to. You got to be my go-to. And anything you need from me, you know what I'm saying, verse wise, writing wise, any assistance or whatever. Like we gotta if we gotta do a whole EP together, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we have even though we on different countries and whatever, like we have a definite artistic chemistry that we got to build upon.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Y'all be on the lookout. Everybody listening to this Everything I Love podcast, you're gonna see some more of that.
Marcel P. Beast. Marcel P. Beast.
Yes.
Oh, the Black Beast, the Black Beast. Whatever. Yeah. Ooh, Black Beast. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm feeling it, son. I like that.
Absolutely. You got any more questions? I just said a lot. You got any more questions for me?
I think that's like the main stuff I wanted to ask you about for the song. So yeah.
Okay, well look. I know you're in Mexico working on some stuff. You released some stuff, writing this stuff earlier. Tell people, you know, where they can find you, whatever projects. Go ahead, take this time to plug yourself a little bit.
Oh, quick little plug. Yeah. So again, That Beast, that's me. Most platforms you can find me Denise That Beast or Denise That Beast, because sometimes it'd be weird. I don't know. So I'm on Twitter, Facebook, got a Facebook page, That Beast. I'm on Instagram. I have a Patreon where I post more of my musical ideals and concepts and behind the scenes stuff. So like, you know, Patreon almost gets everything first. But my project that I'm currently working on is called PTSD. So similar to yours, Marcel's, like it's an artistic statement, but also a personal statement. Like I'm talking about how traumatized I am by everything in life. But it's like a musical manifestation. And it's like, I can't even say it's like any one genre per se. Like I'm just trying out different stuff, and I'm just writing different things, and just exploring some musical ideals I've been having for a while and putting it with lyrical content. Because I'm actually more so a music writer in the sense of like beats and like, you know, like I want a film score one of these days, you know. I like that. But lyrical stuff is something I've been kind of diving into more. So, you know, trying to boost up my songwriting, you know, trying to see if am I worth something with the songwriting? How are these lyrics coming along? So PTSD, that is going to be a 3-part EP series, most likely. Should be releasing some stuff kind of soon. Fingers crossed. You know, like I said earlier in the podcast, you know, I have some changes going on. There's a lot of things kind of happening in my life in some ways, even though I'll be big chilling day to day. A lot of big stuff is kind of happening behind the scenes. So trying to get that popping out for you guys. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. You get a sneak peek of what my voice sounds like on my sales project. And if you like that, you're going to like the stuff I put on my album. Just saying. Check me out.
Her pen is amazing. She seems like an angel. And I am a fan and a supporter, and I'm looking forward. You say the word, I'm on it. You say the word, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I can't thank you enough. So to go ahead and wrap this up, you know, the album drops Tuesday, September 14th on marcelpblack.bandcamp.com. I'm gonna go ahead and get that Bandcamp money first before you know what I mean, I put it on streaming because they don't pay nothing. You dig? For people who do not follow me already, you sleep. You know what I mean? But if you want to go ahead and wake up, Twitter, Marcel P. Black, Instagram, Marcel P. Black, Facebook, MARCEL P. BLSEK. You can also go to marcelpblack.com. It's gonna be, you know, probably about a month or so later. Then I'm gonna put it on all your iTunes and your titles and your whatever Spotify's. But you know, we all about that Bandcamp. Yeah,
Support
Denise,
your artists.
support your
Direct
artists,
support.
especially now, man, because touring is pretty much a dub. You know what I mean? Like going out because y'all want to wear your mask or whatever. You know what I mean? Even if you don't want to, anyway, we're not doing that. But yeah, mask up, make sure everybody's safe. Denise, much love to you. I appreciate you. This will not be the last time that we work. And yeah, peace.
Peace.
Where is the okay? See, I don't be editing, so y'all get to see all the mess ups. Gone.